Hey guys. Today I get the opportunity to talk to you about one of my favorite things when it comes to coaching, and that is recruiting coaches and building your dream team. Um, for a lot of coaches, this is where you get a little bit intimidated. A lot of coaches are scared to share the business opportunity, especially as a new coach, because you feel like you don't even really know what you're doing in coaching yet. So how could you possibly share this opportunity with someone else? Well, I want you to know that I started coaching about 2.5 years ago. And from day one, I started actively recruiting coaches. And I wasn't scared about it because I knew I had a killer upline that was going to help me. I knew that they were running trainings. I knew that I had the support in the team pages. And I knew that if I had an answer or a question that I couldn't answer that from one of my coaches, that I had tons of upline coaches that I could ask. So if you're a new coach and you're not actively recruiting onto your team and you're not sharing the business opportunity, the first thing I challenge you with is to just go for it and put yourself out there and do that, because we have your back. I know all of the coaches on Hard Hitters, we're here to support you and we're here to help you, and we have trainings and we have recordings, and our team page is so supportive and helpful. So don't ever feel like you can't start adding to your team now, that you don't know enough to add to your team. Don't worry about it, because you have a huge support group and we're here to help you. And we want you to start growing your team now. Now, why is this so important? Why, you're a Beachbody coach, you're supposed to be helping people get healthy and happy. Why is building a team so important? Well, the first reason is you can't retail your way into a full-time income. And what I mean by that is that you can't sell enough month over month over month to build a business that's going to support you to a full-time income. I know for me, when I first started out as a coach, my first month I was making about $500 a month strictly from my retail sales. So just selling challenge packs and Shakeology and getting people into my challenge groups, I was making, $400 to $500 a month for it was my first couple months before I started growing and adding coaches. And that's great. But I'll tell you, 2.5 years into the business, how much am I making from my retail sales? The same amount. I'm still making about $100 to $150 a week on my personal retail sales. And if I hadn't grown a team underneath me, I would not have built my business to a full-time income. And that's the same for you. You can only sell so much. You can only sell so many challenge packs. After that, your income will really come from the team that you grow underneath you. And I always say that the more people you help, the more money you're going to make in this business. So as you're growing your team, they're reaching more people. Your coaches underneath you are having a greater reach and are helping more people than you would be able to help on your own. So the more people that you can help get healthier in this business, the more money you're going to make, the more money your team is going to make. So that's why it's so important. So what's a good goal for how many coaches that you should be adding to your team a month? I think that if you can add 3 coaches to your team every month, you're going to build a very successful business. Last year, my first full year in the business, I added on average 3 coaches to my team every month. This year, I've upped my goal a little bit, and my goal is now, 5 to 7 coaches a month on my team. But for a new coach or just anyone in this business, if you can add 3 coaches per month to your team, you're going to be rocking it. And that also puts you on pace to hit diamond within a few months, which is great. Hitting diamond obviously isn't the end goal, but it is a very huge rank advancement with Beachbody. And if you're adding that, 3 coaches a month to your team, you're on pace to hit diamond within 3 months, which is amazing. But also the really important part about this, to adding coaches to your team, is that people fizzle out. You could add, get your 8 coaches on your team and hit diamond, and that's awesome. But in a couple months, someone might put their Shakeology order on hold, or they might cancel their coach membership altogether, or they just take a break because life gets crazy or hectic, and you don't want to lose your rank because someone fizzles out or someone decides that this isn't for them. So you really need to cushion your team by constantly adding coaches to your team every month. Don't ever settle. Don't ever think, oh, I have 20 coaches on my team, I can relax now. No, absolutely not. That is when you need to keep adding coaches to your team every month. Don't ever stop. That is something even now, I can say I'm a very successful Beachbody coach. I am constantly focusing on recruiting and adding to my team and growing my team and helping those coaches be successful. So that's something you constantly are going to focus on from day one in the business, throughout your entire Beachbody career. So a way that you can do this, and I always tell people this when you jump into the business, make a list of 100 people. 100 people that, one, would be interested in joining the challenge group, and two, a list, of people that you think might be interested in coaching. So this huge list of 100 people. Then what I want you to do is go to Facebook and go to their page on Facebook and start reconnecting with them. Look at, pick 5 people on that list every day. Go to their Facebook page and comment on their picture or comment on their most recent status update, or send them a message just finding out what's going on with them, what's going on in their life. This has nothing to do with selling them anything. It's all about reconnecting with these people. The cool thing about that is when you are doing those behind the scene things on Facebook, commenting on their pictures, sending them messages, not only are you reconnecting with these people and building relationships, but it also triggers Facebook to show your posts in their newsfeed. So if you are doing these things and then you're posting about your challenge group or posting about becoming a coach or things that you love about coaching, they're going to be seeing them. And if they really are going to be interested in this coaching thing, they're going to be seeing these posts over and over in your newsfeed, and that might start a conversation with them or at least pique their interest. So make sure you have that list of 100 people that you can work from. And don't be afraid to put your dream team together. I did this when I first started out as a coach, is I started writing down random people's names that I thought would be amazing Beachbody coaches. And the power of positivity, the power of goal setting really can drives those people to come into your life. It sounds silly, but I swear, I had a list of 25 people that I thought, hey, these people would be great coaches. And I can tell you over half of them are on my team now. And that's huge. I mean, those people are awesome, amazing rock star coaches. And, I just started reconnecting with them and inviting them to find out more about coaching or commenting on their pictures and just getting to know them again. I can't emphasize how much of a difference that will make in your business. Another thing is I want you to have confidence in yourself. Have confidence in yourself as a coach. Have confidence that you are awesome and people are going to want to join you and they're going to want to be on this journey with you. It doesn't matter what size you are. It doesn't matter how long you've been a coach. It doesn't matter how successful you are. You can inspire and motivate people, and you need to start believing that. Don't doubt yourself, because that's going to be your biggest roadblock in this business. The only difference between where you are in your business and where some of the top coaches are in this business are time and consistency. If you are consistent in this business over time, you are going to be successful. I can't tell you how many people have been watched me in the background, have been seeing my posts on Facebook for years, and finally reach out to me and ask about coaching or ask about joining one of my challenge groups. But they watch in the background for a long time to try to figure out what it is that you're doing. But if you post consistently for a couple months and then back off and kind of give up on coaching or just take a break, people are going to see that as being flaky, and they're not going to want to join a team like that. But if you show up every day and treat this like a business, people are going to want to be a part of that. They're going to want to be a part of that positive energy. They're going to want to be a part of something bigger than themselves. So you need to paint that picture for them. Every day, so that was number one. Wow, I didn't even tell you. Number one is your goal, setting your goal for your team, which is adding those 3 coaches, making your list of 100 people, and the time and consistency. That is your goal for recruiting. Okay, number 2, is sharing on social media and using social media. So when you're posting about coaching or posting about your fitness journey, you want to share what it is that you love about it and speak to you or speak to your market. So when I'm posting, I am talking to moms, stay-at-home moms, moms with kids. That's who I'm talking to, and that's who I can relate to because that's who I am. I can't pretend to be anything that I'm not. I can't pretend to be someone else. I'm not going to relate to everybody, and that's fine because I want to attract people like me on my team. And the same with you. You want to attract people like you on your team. You don't want to attract the same people I'm attracting. So what do you love about coaching? Is it the fact that you're reaching your fitness goals? Is it the fact that you're building friendships? You're reconnecting with people? Is it the fact that you're doing this personal development that's bettering yourself and building your self-confidence? Is it the fact that you're home with your kids? Is it the fact that you can work out at home and you're saving all that money on gym memberships? Is it the fact that you have a hobby that you absolutely love, that you're changing lives? Think about the things, not necessarily income related, that you love about coaching. I mean, it could be as easy as, sometimes I'll post a picture of me snuggling in bed with my kids and say, man, I love my Monday morning commute. I love my commute, snuggling in bed with my kids on a Monday morning, drinking my coffee, watching cartoons. And that's my Monday morning, where other people are getting up, taking showers, driving to work, sitting in traffic, dreading their Mondays. I'm loving every minute of it. So share what it is that you love about coaching. Paint that picture for people because they don't necessarily understand exactly what coaching is or what all that it entails. So you need to paint that picture for them. Show them what it means to be a coach. Show them in your day-to-day life what coaching looks like. Share to them that it's an opportunity available to anybody, because a lot of times people think this is an exclusive club that you have to be invited into or that you have to pass some fitness test or some nutrition test, but it's not true. It's an opportunity for anybody. And I kind of talked about, building those relationships on Facebook again, but you also want to make sure you're expanding your network. So important. So whether you're using Facebook and your fitness page on Facebook or Instagram, you want to make sure you're expanding your network outside of your warm market. So your warm market being your friends and family. After the first few months, you might run out of friends and family that will be interested in purchasing programs from you. So you need to expand that network to acquaintances, old friends from high school that maybe you weren't best friends with, but you are acquaintances. Start building a relationship with them. Find people on Instagram that you can relate to that have similar interests in you. Not necessarily fitness related either. It could be like toddler mom or boy mom in my case, or something with my faith. Like I've found, moms that are strong in their faith. Whatever the case is, start expanding your network in all the social media platforms that you're using. This is so important. Something that you should start from day one. When I first signed up to coach in month 2, I just saw the writing on the wall that if I don't start expanding my network now, I'm going to hit a roadblock and my business is going to slow down. And so I started my fitness page right away and I started running ads right away. I started putting some of the income that I was making into running these ads. And I started, adding people on Facebook all the time. I was adding my husband's friends on Facebook. My husband always laughs because he says that like half of my business is because I added his friends on Facebook. And it's so true because some of his friends' wives are coaches on my team now. Or, some of his friends' wives joined my challenge group or, it's funny. So he always jokes that like he built half my business. But I just started expanding, like my parents' friends, they have kids that are my age that could relate to me. So just think outside the box and constantly be growing your network. So that's number 2, using social media. Number 3, this is the big one, presenting the opportunity. How do you present the coaching opportunity to people to make it successful? Well, there are so many different ways that you can do it. So I'm going to cover like the top 6 ways that you can share the business opportunity. Now, some of these might work great for you. Some of them may not work for you. You need to find, what fits with your personality, your lifestyle. for me, I do all of these, a combination of all of them. So I hope in this way, I'm going to reach different kinds of people, and I'm going to be able to relate to different kinds of people by doing it different ways. I'm constantly reinventing myself. I'm constantly trying new things. I don't get stuck doing the same thing over and over again. So I try to mix these up month over month to try to, reach new people and do it in different ways. So number one is just a help wanted ad. And I recently posted one in the Hard Hitters page that you can check out. But it's just saying, hey, I'm looking to add 3 to 5 new people on my coach or on my team this month. I'll help you get started with a 14-day new coach boot camp. This is why I love coaching. I would love to get you started with me. So just a help wanted ad that you post on Facebook, on Instagram, or on your fitness page, just asking people to join your team. The next one is a soft call to action. This kind of goes back to sharing what you love about coaching. A soft call to action is saying, I am building this business so that in a year I can quit my job and stay home with my kids. I'm going to build this. I'm working out at home consistently and sharing my love for fitness with others so that I can quit my job and be home. Or like I said about the Monday morning commute. That's a soft call to action because you're sharing being a coach without like really selling it, and when you're talking about that kind of thing at the end, you could say, hey, if this sounds like something that you would like to do, message me. If this sounds like something that would help you out, message me. So it's kind of those soft call to actions. And I throw those out there all the time on Facebook, just kind of painting that picture and inviting people, making sure that people are aware that this is an opportunity for them too. The third way is kind of a sneak peek into coaching. And I do these monthly with our Hard Hitters team where, it's a 3-day sneak peek into coaching or a 1-hour live event, backstage pass into our team. Or this month we're doing a 1-day free day of coaching kind of thing. So all of these are just glances into coaching. It gives people a chance to ask questions, listen to some videos that shares about what Beachbody is all about, in a no obligation free group where they don't feel the pressure that they have to sign up, just something to give them some more information. What are coaching calls? This is something you can start doing from day one, where you basically just host a live call, sharing the coaching opportunity, sharing the requirements, how Beachbody does all the advertising for you, that you don't have to stock product, the commissions system, you make 25% commission on everything you sell, the 25% discount. It's just sharing a coaching call. And there's so many calls out there that you could just listen to and take notes and then do one yourself. And it's so great to take ownership of your business from day one. So you don't always have to wait for your upline coach to do one of these. Get together with some of the other coaches on the team and you guys host one together. Share that burden and, do a call together. But I remember as a new coach being very intimidated to do anything like this. And the great thing about that is you can lean on your upline, or in this case, in the Hard Hitters group, you can lean on us to do these coaching events, to host these what are coaching calls. So you can just invite your prospects to it and then answer questions that they have afterward. It kind of makes that conversation easier. So you can invite them to these events and then go over the questions that they have. I have learned that in the beginning, when someone said they were interested in coaching, I would send them paragraph after paragraph about all the things that are amazing about coaching. But what I found that works better is answering the questions they have, because the concerns that they have or the the things that will make them want to coach might be different than what speaks to me or what was important to me when I was signing up to coach. So make sure that you're reaching them and answering their questions. Private invites. So this is where I would send a private message to someone that maybe is posting about fitness on their Facebook page, or someone that I've met through Instagram. And I might send them a message and say, hey, this is totally random, but have you ever thought about being a coach? Like, you're so inspiring already. You're already into fitness. Have you ever thought about coaching? So that's a private invite. And those work well, but I have found more success with help wanted ads, because people can come to me as opposed to sending people private messages. But sometimes it works too. You know, I've signed definitely a few coaches from people that I've just sent messages to and like, hey, this would be perfect for you. And that works too, especially if I've been building the relationship with them. It's not just a random message that I sent them. You know, if I've been building a relationship with them on Facebook, or we're friends, or, you know, that kind of thing, it definitely goes over much better than just a random message to someone I haven't talked to in years. So make sure you're building those relationships first. And the sixth thing that I do with presenting the opportunity, and this is the most important one, is turning challengers into coaches. So turning the people that have joined your challenge group into coaches. And the best coaches on my team were challengers first. So this is so important in such a big way to add coaches to your team. And this is probably the most successful way I've added coaches to my team. So how do you turn challengers into coaches? Well, the first thing is you want to put your heart and soul into your challenge group, making sure that you're checking in daily, that you're encouraging people, that you're being an active presence in that group, and that you're encouraging people along the way. You know, if you see they haven't posted in a couple days, send them a private message and say, hey, how are you doing? How are you liking the workout? You know, what can I help you out with? You know, making sure you're paying attention to who's posting, who's not posting, and just be an active presence. The next thing you want to do, or that I do, is halfway through the challenge group, for the people that are posting consistently, motivating others, they're just being a rock star in the group, I'll send them a private message and just say, hey, like, I just want to tell you, thank you so much. You are so inspiring and so motivating in this group. Keep it up. That's all I say. Just give them a little pat on the back and tell them what a great job they're doing. Then at the end of the group, I'll go back to almost all the challengers. Even the people that maybe were struggling and I had to send them that message like, hey, let's go, pick it up. I want to see your workouts. I want to see your sweaty pictures. I go back to everyone, almost everybody. And I just send them a message and, you know, tell them thank you again for being a part of my group. And then I ask them one simple phrase, and write this down. This is all you have to say to people about coaching. I say, hey, have you ever considered being a Beachbody coach? Period. I don't tell them any of the benefits about being a coach. I don't tell them how much money I've made, or, you know, how much money people can make, or how much I love coaching. I just say, hey, have you ever thought about being a coach? Because everything that you were doing in the group is exactly what I do as a coach. Or because you were so motivating and inspiring to me, I know you could motivate others. Something really short and sweet. And even those people that weren't posting consistently, if I can see the potential in them, I'll still send them a message and just say, hey, I loved having you in the group. You know, have you ever thought about being a coach? I think this might be a good fit for you. Worst case scenario, they may write you back and say, no, life is too crazy. It's too busy. I don't have time for this right now. Thank you for thinking of me. And a lot of times if they say no, I will go back to them and encourage them to join my next challenge group. So I try to keep them going, get them hooked. So I'll constantly invite them to my next challenge group and, you know, keep them on their weight loss journey. Because again, our whole goal is to help others. So I just try to keep them going and help them any way that I can. But for those other people, a lot of people, when I message them, they'll say, yeah, I am interested. Can you give me some more information? Or, yeah, I'd never really thought about that. I'd love to find out more. If it's not at a time when I'm running one of those glance into coaching groups or a sneak peek group, I'll send them a what is coaching call. And 9 times out of 10, I'll send them a call, even if we are going into a what is glance into coaching group. So I always like to give them something they can listen to and start thinking about. My favorite what is coaching call is the Janelle Summers Mindy Wender call from like 2 years ago. It's my favorite, and it's the call that I listened to when I signed up to coach. So I normally share that one with people because I just love it. It really breaks down coaching and really helps to ease people's concerns. The main things that people are worried about, being shy, not knowing enough people, not knowing how to work on social media, that kind of thing. It's my favorite call. So I normally will share what is coaching call, and then I'll answer the questions that they have, or I'll invite them to a sneak peek group or something along those lines. It's always great to give people a sense of urgency. So whenever you're doing any of these coaching invites, always give people a sense of urgency. Like, hey, I'm opening 3 spots on my team this month. Or, hey, our new coach boot camp is starting on the 1st of the month. I'd love to get you signed up before then so that we can get your business started and rocking before, on the 1st. So always give people kind of a sense of urgency to get them signed up while they're excited and motivated. And that's honestly what I do. I think the biggest difference between people that are great recruiters and people who aren't is just the number of people that you're putting the opportunity in front of. Like I said, I invite almost everyone in my challenge groups every month to find out more about coaching. I'm constantly, the first half of the month, I'm really focusing on filling my challenge groups, hitting Success Club, and getting my challenge group started. The second half of the month, I completely switch my focus, and that's when I'm going back to my previous challengers. I'm posting on my social media about, help wanted ads or a sneak peek into coaching. I really switch my focus and start working on recruiting. But I'm putting it in front of a lot of people. I get told no a lot, or people won't respond to me, or I'll put out a help wanted ad on Facebook and maybe get 3 likes, but nobody that messages me or sends me an email or says they're interested, which is fine. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it. It may not be the right time for somebody, but the more that I'm putting that opportunity out there, the more people that are going to see it. And when it is the right time for them, they'll come back. Or if they do tell me no, that they don't want to become a coach, it just may be not yet. This isn't the right timing for them. And that's fine. Because the last thing I want to do is sign someone who's not ready to go for it and then try to drag them along to get their business going. I want the people that are excited and motivated and ready to get started. It is super important that you're running consistent challenge groups, that you're hitting Success Club and putting the products in front of more people, because that just gives you more people that are using the products, that are getting results, that are going to want to share it with their family and friends, that are going to want to sign up to coach. So it goes back to the little things: hitting Success Club, running challenge groups, then converting those challengers into coaches. And again, posting those help wanted ads. So maybe previous challengers are seeing it, or people that need something are seeing those help wanted ads. But like I said, a majority of the people that I sign come from challenge groups. And that's because I'm doing those things consistently every month. And I have a pool of new people coming in every month that are trying the products that could potentially be coaches. So I hope that helps to give you some good ideas. I can share my favorite What is Coaching call with you. I can also share my templates for my sneak peeks and my live groups so that you can recreate these and make them your own, or run your own group. Use the stuff that we have. Totally fine with you copying. Whatever we can do as a team to help you grow your team, add coaches to your team consistently every month. The more we can do to help you do that, the better. So comment below if you have any questions or if you need something. And keep pushing, guys. This group has been awesome so far, and I'm so proud of all of you guys for plugging in and really going for it. So keep learning, keep listening to these videos, write these nuggets down that you're learning, and apply them to your business now. Don't wait until you're a more successful coach. Don't wait until you know the business better. Just dive in and learn as you go. You guys got this. Keep it up, and I'll talk to you all soon.